Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. We are back again on a Friday night, supposed to go live at 9 o'clock, but as always, Danny's late, so we're 12 minutes late. But I'm here in the Toffee Bluecast house, and I hope you are as well, because we normally have a cracking show the night before the big match. That's what we do. We go live the night before the game and get involved. And even if you don't like football, get involved as well. We want to hear from you. The Toffee Bluecast is currently on something like 5,975 subscribers. So last time I looked, it was 25 subscribers away from 6,000. Now, when you get that close, you want to just hit those targets of 6,000. Now I've just called that out and said we're on that. Everyone will probably unsubscribe and we'll probably end up on 5,000 when we come off. But please stay subscribed and please get us to 6,000 because we do put a shift in for you. I have with me my host in crime, Paul, on the show. How are we doing?
I'm not bad, mate. I'm not bad. I broke up for Easter today. Some people have had a week off. Our school, in their wisdom, have 1 week at Easter and 2 at Whit. So, yes, I'm very happy that the break is here for me at last.
So, to all people that are listening, if it's the 2 week Easter holiday now, and you're thinking you need a babysitter, Paul will be available. He's got the CV for it. Don't give him a break.
Oh yeah, honest to God, yeah, no.
He doesn't need the break. He'll do it. Of course he will. Just he'll be a babysitter over the holidays.
I was gonna say before we get going, I've got a little present for you.
For me,
if that's okay.
It always scares me when someone says he's got a present for me because I always get scared.
Well, no, you like this. There's a bit of a trend going on social media at the moment. Let me just show this. And I, in my wisdom, made that.
Did you actually make that?
No, well, it's not real. I mean, it's AI.
Did you make it with AI? Because I thought
with AI, yeah.
I didn't realize it was actually yours going around.
Yeah, I had someone say, "Did you actually make that? I would buy that." So anyone who fancies making that, come and see me, and we can work a deal out. But I didn't stop there though. Because I couldn't let the opportunity go without this trend being attached to Toffee Bluecast. So I have manufactured a Toffee Bluecast Dan.
I'm scared of this. I don't even know. I'm not. Of course, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Here we go. Here's Dan in action figure form. Anyone who wants to buy it, get in touch.
Put some timber on me there.
It has got a little bit of timber. There's a little bit more weight to it than I wanted. But you remember when we went to the oh God, what game was it?
Yeah, I remember this season when we had a picture with Pablo. Yeah,
what game did we go to this season?
Yeah, with Pablo, it was against Burnley, wasn't it? We won 1-0.
No, not deflection. Burnley. That was last season. We've been to one this season. I'm sure we have.
We haven't. We haven't, not together. No. It was against Burnley. It was with that Calvert-Lewin deflected goal off the keeper. Can you remember one? I can remember it like.
Well, we had a picture together outside the in the fan zone. Our friend Julia Ball was doing one or two things on the stage, and we had a picture, and that's what you were wearing at the time. It's slightly big, Dan. But I throw in the microphone, the headset, and I couldn't go without having a bib or a unicorn as well for those people.
Is a bib for me or the baby? There's some good accessories.
Well, there's a big one for you and a tiny one for the baba. So
there was that many pictures that I've put up on X or Twitter of me either like running across the beach naked when we signed Ghana Gay. Riding the unicorn with blue paint, topless. There's been so many pictures that I'm quite happy to see that one, Paul. It's a oh my days! Do you know what it looks like?
Go on.
It looks like Hitzelsberger, doesn't it?
He's
He
slightly
played
bigger
for
as
us.
well, yeah.
He played for us when we had that kit, didn't he? Hitzelsberger, I think.
Yeah,
So
I guess he
mad.
did,
Yeah,
yeah.
when we had that kit, yeah.
I mean, it's, yeah, I don't think you're that large, but it's not bad.
Well, apparently I am. I can be sometimes if I breathe out.
You can be, if you like.
It's a
So,
good one. You
yeah,
got one for yourself, then?
that's just for you. I haven't got one. I haven't
Oh
got
my
one.
days! We're gonna
I
have to get
haven't
one for
got
you,
one.
mate.
So if anyone wants to do one, I'll see what I can do.
We'll
But
get one of Paul. Yeah, and if you want one, Paul will do one of you as well. He'll get them on. But by the way, people, these have been going around. You'll see them all
yeah,
over X. People
they're
have been
good.
using them as jokes as well, sometimes to rip people, and some people have been using them as generally want to see what they'd be like if they was an action figure.
Don't blame me, blame AI.
I have got a big thumb there. Do you know what I mean? If you sit
You've
on that
got
thumb, you're
big
going to get a bit of
hands.
pleasure. Yeah,
They're big hands.
they are big hands. They are. I don't think I would love to say there was that big, but I'm strong, but I ain't got hands like that. I wouldn't mind turning into it for a day, see what it's like having hands like that. Knock some
Yeah.
people out, wouldn't it? Incredible Hulk.
So there you go, mate. Just for you. Just for you.
The hair's right, isn't it? That's what I've
It's
got to.
all right. Yeah, pretty
I
good.
appreciate it.
Pretty good.
I appreciate it. I'll have to put
So
some of my wacky. I've put one of my wacky pictures on to see what it looks like. Riding the
shall
unicorn.
we? Should we get on? Should we get into it?
Yeah. So let's get into it. I mean, we've got Paul's in the house who we absolutely we love everyone, by the way, but we just got to give you a shout out that we love you if you put your name in the comments. Paul's that we absolutely love. Emma's in the house that we love as well. And I'm sure loads of others will be. I'm just scrolling down. Eugene's in the house who we love. Do get involved. It's a pre-match. You love it. You're all in. Look, I can see you all there. You're all there, and this is fun. What we do is we'll look at the form of both teams. So we'll do the research for you. We'll look at Nottingham Forest form. We'll look at Everton's form. Talk about it. Then we'll do lineup prediction. We want you to give your lineup prediction because we think that's fun for you to do. And then we finish on score prediction to get us ready for the game tomorrow. So it's a show. If you're not participating, you're just spiting yourself because you probably will enjoy it. I'm telling you, you will. We get good feedback. So here we go then. Let's get into it. I have gone and typed up the form. So let's have a look at not them. Let's have a look at Nottingham Forest form first. Look, there's a derby fireworks.
Woo!
So Nottingham Forest last 10 Premier League results, and then you look at the bottom. It's Nottingham Forest 3, Southampton 2, Bournemouth 5. These are mad results. These are, Paul. Talk to me on these and talk to us in the comments what you think, because when I was typing these up, these are just. I don't think I've ever typed up such crazy results, Paul. I really don't think I have, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I had to double check what I'm typing because it's like 5-0 against Bournemouth has spanked them 5-0. And then they've gone and beat Brighton 7-0. That's mad, isn't it? That's got to be the maddest thing that's happened this season.
I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? In fact, I'd say that's very Everton.
Yeah, because actually,
we like, we
not 7 goals.
We can get spanked 5-0 every now and then. To score 7 is not very common for us, but to go from one extreme to the others, very us. I mean, lots of teams would want Forest's season. Good luck to them, really. Anyone who can break up the monotony of the usual 5 or 6, definitely, I would be on their side. Villa are the same, really. Slightly different stage, but anyone who can break that boring top whatever, then good luck to them. They've got a decent side. They've got pace. They've got a decent team ethic. I mean, I didn't think he would do as well, and probably Forest fans themselves didn't think they would be doing as well as they are at the moment. So, I mean, they're coming off the back of a defeat, but it was a tight one, beating Man U before that, away at Ipswich, where everyone seems to win, or almost everybody, beating City as well, drawn against Arsenal. So it's not as if they've beaten the sides below them and then lost against the teams around them. They're doing a decent job, and City Ground's been pretty much a decent fortress, I would say. There's not many home games there that they haven't won.
They've had some big, like they've done well against some big teams as well. Obviously,
Yeah,
Man United, I say big team. They're not so much of a big team this season, but they beat Man United 1-0. Then Man City as well. Not once again a team that's not in form this season, but still not an easy team to beat 1-0. They beat them 1-0. Arsenal didn't lose against them like us, which is quite a big result as well. I do feel they can rise to a big game. These can Nottingham Forest. They like a big game, don't they? And
yeah,
when I've watched them against the bigger teams, they can handle the bigger teams because they've got really good defensive players and attacking players. So it's not no Mickey Mouse game. And we know we're not a good Forest fan. We couldn't get him on because he's on holiday. But I am, like you said, Paul, I'm happy for him in a way because I just support Everton, by the way. But I do look at other football teams, and they was they suffered the point deduction scenario with us. They went through all that crap of point deduction with us and was worried that they could get relegated because of a point deduction with the Premier League. So the fact that they've gone and had a smashing season, fair play to them, fair play. And they really have smashed it. I do believe, and shoot me down if you think I'm wrong, but I think if we would have had David Moyes from the start of this season, we would have been having a similar season to Nottingham Forest. It's just that they've started the season good and carried it on, and we didn't with Daesh. And the way Moyes is going now, I'll put the form on. I know there's a lot of draws in there, but if you started the season like that, Paul, we'd be a lot higher in the league, wouldn't we?
yeah. Well, I mean, we could score a few goals at the start of the season, but we couldn't keep a clean sheet, save our lives, but particularly in the second half of any games. Um, but obviously, we are doing better now. I think we're sort of in danger a little bit of the season just kind of petering out because we are safe. Let's face it, we are safe, really.
Starting to
Um,
admit it, isn't he, David Moyes in the press? He's starting.
yeah, I think so, and he's keeps talking, and he's talking now about next season and things like that. So he obviously has targets. Um, you can get into that sort of mediocrity, kind of just playing out the season. I think obviously we got the City game coming up. That's probably it will be our sort of most difficult, maybe Newcastle away, depending on what they're like on the day. But everyone's just looking towards that Southampton game, I think, and it's a different mentality this season. We can enjoy it, so we can be a bit more relaxed about things. Um, I just hope that the players are still hungry enough to make a difference. You know.
Well, I'll ask you, I mean, our form there's a lot of draws. We don't like draws, but the difference is the draws where we're scoring goals. If you do go back to this here, one thing I didn't mention when we had the Nottingham Forest games up is they do concede a lot, don't they, Paul? Like, I know they've had the 1-0s, but take away the 1-0s, there's quite a few goals conceded.
Yeah, I mean, he sort of. If you looked at those games without scores, you'd think Brighton would have been a harder game than it actually was for a start off. But you'd think, oh, Fulham, maybe they can get an away win there. Newcastle are kind of up and down. Maybe they can get something away, which they obviously nearly did. You'd think the
Conceded three,
Arsenal, the
yeah.
City game, obviously the Villa game would be the more difficult ones. But it seems as though that's almost in reverse. Beating United, beating City, draw against Arsenal, which they could have won. So they'll probably say themselves at the moment they're a little bit inconsistent for a team that's actually up there. They did most of the hard work up to this point, certainly up to the Southampton game. So when you look at us, we can play out a draw. Whether you come out of it thinking, "Oh, we should have won that," or "We're happy with that," and if you're looking at a team that's third in the league and you get a draw away against them, a lot of people would sort of be happy about it. It depends how the game goes.
Well, it's easy. It's someone that hasn't watched the games. It's easy for them to say, "Oh, David Moyes is drawing a lot of games. He's not winning." But if you watch the games, we were very unlucky not to win a couple of those games. Paul Struck's on. Keep your comments coming in, people. We do like loads of comments throughout the show. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe, please do so. We want to hit 6,000 by the end of this show. He said Forest have had a couple of iffy results lately, so no reason why we can't get anything. I'm going and Jai goal scorer. Yeah, well, I'm not putting that at the end. I'm coming back to that. We'll do the score predictions at the end. But he is right, isn't he? He is right that they've had a couple of iffy games there with what you were saying. We are. You talked about consistency. I think we're more consistent than them. I mean, look at that. They have got more wins. I'm not denying
At the moment, yeah.
But I think when you've got that many, the wins that they've had, they'll be really frustrated that they have got a loss in there, a loss, a draw, a loss. So we're a lot more consistent. And the derby, you've got to remember, the derby there, we got beat by an offside goal. We literally got beat by an offside goal. So to me, we got scammed there. We really did.
No, we're in decent form. We seem to be the specialists for 1-1s at the moment, whether we score first or second. But yeah, I think we're happy with where we are, and actually, maybe we won't sort of peter out for the last few games of the season. Maybe it'll be Njai coming back a bit fitter, Alcaraz involved in the side more. We could do with taking one or two more chances in front of goal, but apart from that, maybe we've got lads who are coming back and just want to have a good end to the season. Got a chance.
I completely agree with you. So on that note, let's move on to the lineups and have a look at both teams to see what's going to be on the show today. In the press conference, I like that they asked. So someone asked him straight out. David Moyes will. I think it was. I can't remember who asked him actually. I don't know if it was Paddy or I don't know. But he said, "Is McNeil able to start this game?" Straight out question. Is McNeil able to start? No going around in a circle. Just ask him the straight question. And David Moyes says no. So we now know by that getting asked in the press, we know that McNeil isn't going to be starting. I'd rather know that. So if you have got McNeil in your lineup, David Moyes says he's not going to be starting.
No, too soon, isn't it? It is a bit too soon for him, to be fair.
We've seen him in the training videos putting crosses in, and it made everybody think that he's going to be back. Because in the training videos, it says McNeil's back, but he won't be starting. He might come on for the last 20 minutes.
Well, it's nice. It's nice that he's back in the squad, and obviously came on for a few minutes in the last one. So he's there or thereabouts. But you could tell from like Njai as well, when you're out even just for a month, 6 weeks, then it can take its toll a bit. It'd take a while for McNeil to get back to actually what he was as his best for us, just like it's taken Njai a little bit too. But it's good that we've got options. You've got other striker lads as well who were sort of snapping at the bit. Really, Brozier wants to try and make a good impression before the end of the season. Schmidt wants his opportunity to get on the score sheet or get on the pitch for a start off. So it's good there's a little bit of competition. The bit that's most solid for us, has been sort of the four lads across the back, or maybe at the moment because of the last game, Pickford, and 3 lads across the back, and Garner Gay in the centre.
Yeah, completely agree. And the thing is, what I was going to say is what we was not wanting has happened. Lindstrom has had the hernia operation, so Lindstrom will not be playing no longer this season. And the reason it's not a massive loss because he hasn't done anything yet, but it is a big loss because he wanted to do something, and I think he wanted to prove himself. And David Moyes said he was just starting to play decent, and it's just sad, really, that your loan's killed off like that. And it's done. I don't think we'll see Lindstrom in an Everton shirt again, and he didn't even score a goal for us. So it's frustrating. I feel sorry for him because he did want to connect with Everton, and obviously something like that is just random, isn't it, Paul, a hernia?
Well, you know what? If you sort of look back, if you look back at all the loanees, then we had Brozier getting injured, kicking the floor. it would have been great for him to have had a half decent run because I think he might have been up to speed by now if he hadn't got injured. But then you had Mangala as well, injury, out for the rest of the season, and now Lindstrom, injury, out for what's left of the season. So it's been unlucky low knees, really, which has been a shame because we might have got a little bit more out of him.
Oh, I completely agree with you. It's been disastrous on the loans a little bit. You could say that. Paul's there saying in the comments what you just put on. Wood's missing. Is Wood missing? He's then gone on to say further down, is Alanga, we haven't got a Alanga on there. Is he out or is he just not in with that selection that
Just
they
looking
need?
now, I'm just looking now, really. I mean, it's better for us if he is out. If you sort of think
Yeah.
about how he was in a couple of their recent games. I mean, it was the Man U one especially, wasn't it? He sort of got his a little bit of revenge there of that.
It
But
was written in the stars, wasn't it, that he'd score against his old club, Man United, that went to
yeah,
splash
I
splash
mean, I'm
off
not
again.
sure. I'm not actually sure why he's not on there because it doesn't say he will not. He will not play. Is that Aina? Is that the fullback who's out at the moment? So as far as I'm aware, there's no reason why Ngala can't be playing. I'll continue looking while people have a little comment if you want to show one or two.
No, it's what they probably would do if they didn't have him in. Would it'd be on Jota, wouldn't it? You'd say Jota would be the person that gets changed, and Alanga would probably play in that position. But they have been playing that Jota Silva as well, so it's not going to be far off, is it? It's not going to be far off at
He's
all.
he's questionable basically, so it's maybe in the balance. He's not been well. It's just it's illness. So whether he's well enough to play is the question. Wood's got a hip injury, so it's going to be a case of whether he would be fit enough. Obviously, Jota's come back from injury as well recently, so that's why he's in there. And the other lad, Awani, is questionable with a hamstring injury. So they're a little bit like us in the fact that they've got maybe a couple coming back, like Jota, but they've got some questionable ones as well. So I think it'll be a case of seeing. I missed the press conference with David. What did he say about our lads?
He just basically said that Mikalenko is is back, but he's kind of in training. I don't know whether that will mean start. He said,
Yeah,
obviously, he said McNeil won't start. He confirmed that, but because he just basically bluntly got asked that question, and then he did say that I'm going to start changing. You're going to see more of what I did last week. You're going to see more of me trialing players out like Patterson, and he wanted to see what Erabunin was like as well. So I do think that we're going to get a couple of twists and turns for David Moyes to probably now we're closer to being safe. He still said we're not mathematically safe, but now we're closer to being safe. I think we're going to, a lot of these players are going to say, right, are you good enough to stay at Everton? I'll play you. If you're not, you're going out on loan or you're getting sold. So I think the freaking group have probably said to David Moyes, get this team safe. And now I think David Moyes will be working with the freaking group to probably decide what they're going to do to turn this football club around. And I like that. I do like that. I like that every player's on the toes. I think we used to be a football club where a lot of players used to be able to whack the sunbeds up and be on holiday and know that there was on a 5-year contract and wasn't going anywhere. It's not the
yeah,
case now. A lot of
no,
contracts are running out now. So as Moyes said it was going to benefit us because he said a lot of these players now will have to play to get a contract at Everton because the contracts are coming up. So it's nice for the ball to be in our court, Paul, I believe, finally, because I was sick and tired of our football club, Everton, looking a joke. It was becoming a joke where players was more in control of us than us. But now I feel we could get back in control here. And a big boy owner like the freaking group, I think a lot of people are going to want to stay at Everton because of the new stadium, the new owners, and it's going to be hard to stay at Everton because the standards are going to be higher. Well, I like to think that anyway. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. What do you think on that?
Yeah, well, maybe one or two players are going to kind of be. This probably sounds a bit harsh, really, but if you've got people who've coasted, and there's not been a lot of opportunity for people to coast, if you like, because of the predicaments that we've been in. But some people may have not been as desperate to push themselves into the side, turn up for training, go through the motions a little bit. There's going to be some people who are like that. And now the Freakins come in and suddenly there's potentially a bit of money behind us, the new stadium. There's a positivity, Deitch isn't with us anymore. Moyes has come in, changed the playing style a little bit, certainly in the short term. So maybe some of those players are now regretting it because it is almost like if you've ever had a new boss come in, just general work, and you know that maybe redundancies are coming up or they're going to get rid of a few people for whatever reason. This is what it feels like at the moment. It's almost like everyone's reapplying for their job, to put it in real circumstances. So, the lads who've been on long contracts, who haven't played for a while, Keane as an example, not be picking on him, just Keane as an example, they've now got to make that real choice. Have they tried hard enough to make a good impression while they've not been in the side? Are they now going to be looking for other clubs, or are they going to be able to be successful in reapplying for their job? Do you know what I mean? It feels to me as though it's that kind of thing. And on social media and everything else, we've all kind of had in our minds, when you go through the players, about whether they'll get offered a contract because they're coming to the end, or they've got 1 year left on their deal. So would they get one, or are they not good enough, or we just don't play them anymore, or we don't fancy them being in the side in the future? And we have little lists, and it's interesting because although there's some nailed on, there's some grey areas there. There is some grey areas. So it's going to be interesting to see if Moyes actually does what he mentioned, what you said, like Robinham and the stuff like that. And he's obviously giving Patterson a go. These lads are doing their reapplication for their job, and they've got to put half decent performance in. Otherwise, they'll be outed by someone else coming in, I'd say.
Yeah, finally stuff's getting taken care of. Any bad eggs in the Everton squad, I think, just need to go, or anything that's not useful. This season we've had such a thin squad, and I feel when you've got a thin squad, every single player needs to be useful. They need to be a tool or a weapon to use, and that they are tools. To be fair, less of a weapon to use. And I do believe that we need to make sure everybody that we've got needs to be key, Paul. Even on the bench, they need to be key. And we need some standards now, and to get this, you kind of where we used to say, oh, he's playing, but that's all we've got. What can we do? What can we do? That's all we've got. We ain't got no other options. We don't want that. We want a high standard. Where I'm not comparing this on these two players, but where we've been saying we don't know who's going to play in the number 10 to Corey, Irabunum, or Njai, we need that sort of competition all over the pitch. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. I mean, on this one here, I actually think Harrison Armstrong will be a strong. Paul really rates him as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Not just this Paul, the Paul on the show as well. Is a contender to be a bench player next season. Yeah, I think he's done cracking on the loan, and he's definitely put himself with a shout. He'll get a look pre-season. Of course he will before he goes out on loan. It's massive that he smashes pre-season. But it's nice for you to get a loan to do that, because if you think about it, it was the same with Branthwaite. We sent Branthwaite on loan. He looked good. He come back and he was a different player. I think we did it with Osman. I think we sent Osman on loan.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Osman was the same one. I think he went Derby. There was a few comparisons between Osman and Harrison as soon as he went on his long deal. But we've done it with lots. and it's almost it's like the Osman. It's like the it feels. Did Tom Davis go out on loan? Barkley go out on loan? Not sure. I just think they do fancy him as
Coleman as well. There you go.
yeah,
Emerson Coleman to
Coleman,
back him
yeah.
up or something.
Yeah, and Paul says he lives near Derby as well, and they love him to bits. He's doing well. We do. I mean, we throw everything behind young lads who've come through any sort of the system. We really want them to do well, and it doesn't always happen. But I do think he's got. I just do think he could be a good, solid, dependable kind of player. It'd be interesting to see what changes to his game have happened after the loan at Derby, because he might have upped that creativity that he can use, because he can pick a pass. We've seen that definitely. So I hope it does work out for him.
It's all about confidence, and I think to get confidence, you need game time, and that's what Armstrong needs is game time. Just games, and hopefully he comes back with the confidence and just cracks on. He's given himself a good chance, whatever he is to do, whether he's to go out on loan again or whether he's to be a part of next season. I want us to do you know where we sometimes get linked to players and you say, oh, they'd never come to Everton. We've got into this sort of hole now where we think we're not good enough because we've been in relegation battle after relegation battle after relegation battle. I actually want us to start getting players that we don't expect. I'd love the freaking group to bring in a player where. Can you remember when we first got Lukaku? You just didn't think it would happen. When we had him on loan at West Brom.
No, I didn't think it would happen. Yeah.
When he was at West Brom, and then we had him on loan. Sorry, not from West Brom. He was at West Brom, and I thought to myself, never would Everton get him. I was gutted that we had Lukaku on loan, basically, because I was thinking we've got him on loan, but I'm going to be gutted that we can't sign him. But we actually signed him, which I never thought could happen in a million years. Do you know what I mean? I thought no way could Everton sign Lukaku. We could only loan him. And that was a big statement. And I'd like that to happen again. Do you know where you just the unexpected? Just go for it. Just go
loan
for it.
Loan Lukaku was immense. I mean, obviously he did well for us in the season after we signed him as well. But yeah, the Predator hair and everything else was just class.
Mate,
Absolute class.
That guy, oil with his Weetabix. I'm telling you,
we've not really had a lot of that. They've been few and far between. I mean, obviously getting Ancelotti was, a weird one, amazing one, obviously. But like Samuel Eto'o as well at the time. Yeah, and I know he was coming towards the end of his career, but it was like Samuel Eto'o's playing for us.
I think so.
And he was good. He was still good as well.
I think Sahar was another one as well. I thought, because I knew Sahar, I knew he was coming to the end, but I just thought, you know what, Sahar, he's
James,
running.
Obviously James,
James was a good one as well.
I forgot him. Make be having a go.
We do want that big element of surprise, and I'm excited, and I think we all are excited to see, once we're safe, which we nearly are, what the freaking group are going to do next season. We'd all love them to do the spectacular, of course we would, but we've also got that head space where we're thinking, you know what, don't get us in a financial mess again. We know we've been through that much. If a player comes with a 200, don't get your hands burnt. If a player comes, Mashiri, I've got scars, baby. If a player comes with a 200k wage or 300k wage, as much as I'd love to see that player in an Everton top, I think we've got to be careful. If Osimhen does want to come to Everton from Napoli and the future group are happy with it, I might be not worried about being careful, Paul. I might just say, you know what, let's just win the lot. We're winning the lot. Let's just do it. Let's win the lot, baby. But transfers, we'll be talking about that all through after the end of the season. But we need to focus on finishing the season good. I've got a question for you before we do our lineups, and we should have done our lineups already because we had them on the screen, but we got carried away. Here's a question for you, Paul.
Yeah.
And here's a question for you in the comments. Get involved. Win the last game at Goodison Park or win the first game at Bramley Moor Dock? You're only allowed to choose one.
Goodison. Without hesitation. Yeah, without hesitation.
Really?
To be honest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Losing the first game at Bramley-Moore Dock.
it'd have to be because it's definite. You know, you can change what you remember from Bramley-Moore in the future, but and you know, Goodison's had, if it doesn't go great for us on the last day of Goodison, we'll forget the result. The result's not going to be the main thing anyway. But yeah, you want that day. You want the whole of that day to be encompassed in great feeling, and you don't want to sort of be moaning during the 90 minutes, and you don't want to be, oh, you know, we lost. People will forget it if it happens, but it would be the icing on the cake if obviously we get a good result and we play well. Bramley-Moore, you can change. We haven't started the history of Bramley-Moore yet.
Yeah, but the first ever game in our new stadium, it would really, if we won that, it would really set our season to lose it.
No.
What about if I was to say to you, the scoreline's going to be 7-0?
What if we win in Bramley-Moore, but we lost at Goodison?
We've got to lose 7-0 in either the last game at Goodison Park or the first game at Bramley-Moore Dock. Which one would it be?
I'd lose at Bramley-Moore.
Imagine that.
You can't.
Imagine that. How much.
Goodison's like our mum. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't do that. You couldn't do that to your mum.
Yeah, well, Lulu, you know what? We we're winning them both. We are.
Yeah, we are. We are.
We know we're winning them. We're winning them both 7-0. I was just trying to see which one you're going to cheat on. Are you going to cheat on Goodison Park, or are you going to cheat on Bramley-Moore Dock? Which one means the most to you? And I like that Paul was very loyal to Goodison Park. But it was massive. We win at Goodison Park, and it's massive that we start the season with a win. Of course it is, and we're going to do both. We are. I was just a little bit naughty there, playing devil's advocate.
You were naughty, weren't you?
Sometimes I like to cause a bit of trouble. I have been known to be a bit of a trouble causer. But right, so lineup. What we're going to do is we'll put this on the screen. You in the comments put your lineup prediction in. What you want. You give yours, Paul. Just read it out in your head, and I'll give mine.
Yeah,
so I've got a bit of a different one, I think.
I'd like to see a Robenham instead of James Garner. Just I think Moyes probably knows what he's getting with James Garner at the moment, and I wouldn't drop Garner Gay just because he's doing a great job. You know my thoughts on the whole Decore Alcaraz thing, but I think Decore will play. Alcaraz will be horn-shoed in probably in place of Harrison there.
Did you know this was an interesting thing, right? And I wish I had it to put on the screen now. I mentioned that Moyes spoke about Alcaraz and still spoke like he's got a lot to prove to be an Everton player. He didn't make it sound like it's a done deal that we're going to sign Alcaraz. And I put something on X saying Moyes didn't sound like he's 100% going to sign Alcaraz. What's your thoughts? And surprisingly, it was 50-50. There was a lot of interaction. Hundreds and hundreds of people commented on it. But some people were saying they don't think Alcaraz has done enough. Some people were saying they think he's been a bit lazy, and some were saying get the deal done. He looks incredible. And some said, oh no, he's nowhere near done enough to earn a place. I was surprised that it was 50-50. Let us know in the comments what you think. But Alcaraz isn't a done deal, I don't think. And I wish it was, but I don't think it is yet.
I think they want him in the team. Well, I mean, the crux of it is that Moyes wants Alcaraz in the side, but he's not willing to drop Decore because of the work that he does off the ball. Is basically what it is. And Alcaraz's best position seemed to be either sort of in a six, sort of James Garner kind of area, or where Decore is. So he's been moved around on sort of the left where McNeil would be or Njai would be, but they were injured. So they kind of fitted him in there, and then they put him on the right hand side a little bit. so they could have Njai when Njai came back, but he was on in place of Harrison. So I feel for him a little bit because he's not had a run of games. Certainly not had a run of games in one position. So I still think he's class. I still think he can be a really good player for us, but he's got to be in the side first, and he's not first choice in any position, which is disappointing.
It's just in my head I had it that he's cemented to be an Everton player, and it's just realization that he's still got to prove himself, and he's unfortunately he's playing in a position that isn't the best position to prove himself. So it scares me. You've got to remember he's not going to get a pre-season with us. We have to make a decision after these games. So it's massive that Alcaraz does start getting games. He needs to start getting games. So
yeah,
an interesting one.
Scar thinks that we've got an obligation to buy if we play him enough times. I'm not sure what the number of games is.
Yeah, we can buy him.
Emma mentions that if he plays 8 games, we've got to buy him.
Emma knows the stuff, doesn't she? She's a stat woman today. I tell you, Paul, she's giving you a run for your money.
But yeah, how do you know if you want him if he doesn't play?
There you go.
I mean, there's obviously a big statement, and Paul mentions it here, is that Decore is not going to be there. So in that respect, who goes in that position?
He might be though. I think
Jai, for example, and Jai can play left or coming up from the left or playing that 10. But Alcaraz can do that 10 as well. I think he's got too much class about him and too much diversity to just cast him aside and say that we're not going to have him. It'd be ridiculous to go for him.
And I think the fee as well. I don't think you're going to get a better fee than that for a player of that caliber.
Not
I really
a lot,
don't. Transfer market's expensive, and I think it's around 15 million, isn't it? So I don't think you're going to beat that fee. Right, I'm going to give my lineup. I'm going to go first. No, well, you was going first. What was you changing? You go first.
No, I would just change a Robinham for Ghana. And personally, I'd have Alcaraz instead of Decore all day. What I think it's going to be is Alcaraz is going to play instead of Harrison. That's all I would think. I think everything else will be the same.
I like it. I do like it. I like it a lot. But this is mine. Mine's quite different, people. And we're going to put yours on the screen in a minute. Moyes said he's going to experiment. So if you're going to experiment, listen to this, David Moyes, and get this done because it's a good lineup. I'd go Pickford in goals. Left back, obviously, if Mikolenko's available, I'd go for him. Otherwise, it's Patterson. Getting a look at Patterson in that position is hard because it's not his position, but I suppose you still get to look at what he plays like in games. So, unfortunately, I can't do nothing with that left-back position. It's Patterson. Branthwaite, centre-back. Tarkowski, centre-back. And O'Brien. I don't think we need to play around with the defence because there's nothing we need to learn. I don't want to realise that we've got to keep Michael Keane. I hope we realise that he's got to go. In the centre of midfield, Garner Gay and James Garner, I'm sticking with him, Paul. This is where it gets the twist, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to play Alcaraz in the number 10. I'm going to play Njai on the left, and I'm going to play Brozier in Harrison's position, right wing, with the option to push up and sometimes go 4-3-3. And I'd still stick with Beto up top. And I think that could be amazing. You know, do you know the combination of Garner with the technical passes? Alcaraz will give him the option to, I think, Garner and Alcaraz. Because James Garner wants someone that's as good technically to passing the ball as him. So I think Alcaraz in front of him would bring out the best James Garner. Garner Gay, we all know, is Kante, freaking Paolo Nedved in disguise. So that's my team. Honestly,
nice retro reference there, by the way.
Nedved's one of my favourites. You know? Nedved's he's a box of dynamite. Nedved was. Nedved is a little bit like Garner Gay. He was everywhere, wasn't he? Just better finishing. That's the only thing. Like he could put a rocket in the back of the net. Nedved was just.
He had the class of Modric and the legs of Garner Gay, if you like.
I used to love the international football when you used to watch. Who was it? Was it? They used to. There was another team that used to. I think it was Czech Republic. They used to play with Barros up front.
Yeah.
And then a
Milan
big
Baros.
guy. I don't know what the big guy was. There was a guy that was like
Koller.
6
Oh
foot
no, that
4.
was
Koller.
Germany.
No, 6'4". He was like 6'4", and he played up front with Barros. Can't remember who it was. He used to like the international
Yeah,
World
Koller was
Cups and stuff like
Germany.
that.
Oh my god, so
I'll
annoying.
find out.
Someone's got to get it in the comments before it pops in my head.
Yeah,
Hey,
who was
shame
the
the
massive
Blues isn't on.
striker that
Blues
played
would
with
get that.
Barros? Yeah, Blues.
Blues
Yeah,
isn't on.
where's
You'd
the
get that.
Blues? If the Blues, if you listen to this and you've been at work and you're missing
What
them,
was his name?
we want to hear from you.
Oh, that's so annoying. Someone's on
I
Google
will
right
find
now.
out.
Eugene's
find
on
out.
Google right now, I reckon.
Yeah, he'll find out. He's about 6'4" when he had a bald head. I can't remember his name though. Really, really big player.
It wasn't Koller. It
Played up
wasn't
front.
Koller, was it?
I play Brozier instead of Harrison. He can play wide, and yeah, see, he agrees with me as well. What have we
The
got in the
only
lineup before we do score
I
prediction?
was just going to say actually the only thing I would go with you. I would I'd like to
Excuse me.
see
Thanks a
Brozier,
lot.
but defensive wise, I don't think Moyes would cut it because you've got say Alanga on that left hand side as
Right.
well. What's the ex Liverpool kid? What's his name?
Williams.
Yeah,
The wing backs, the full backs are quite
Nico
fast. Yeah,
Williams. Yeah,
Williams.
he gets forward as well, so
Mm.
I don't know whether he would he'd fancy. Oh, you bugger! It is was Collar the
Yeah,
who's the German
Jan
one?
Koller.
I could have
Don't
sworn
know
there
who
was a
that was.
German one as
It
well.
was Koller,
Jan
probably.
Collar.
It was.
Yeah, Jan Collar. Oh, that was brilliant though. Yeah. Anyway, reminiscing. So yeah, I don't know whether Brozier would get picked just because
Put
of
Jan
the
Koller in it.
defensive
With him.
side. Oh yeah, that's
No.
him.
Yeah, that's. Well, you know, he looked different in my head, but yeah, Jan Koller.
Imagine him in a Czech Republic shirt.
Yeah, that's exactly. I knew that was exactly him. Yeah, I told you at all, didn't I? There he is. Look, Jan Koller.
Oh yeah.
Told you a long time ago. Was I even born when he was alive? Probably not. But I'm not sure.
I don't recognise
Paul's
that
probably
kid.
right. We trust in Paul's to be right. That's
Retro.
basically everyone's going similar lineups. Paul, you say there's no other ones to chuck on the screen.
No, there are. We have got a few. I mean, you can't beat Paul's. Hey, it's a shame Bertie isn't here tonight, isn't it? That was good. If you didn't watch the
Oh yeah, he was good. He was.
God, what was the game? Who did we play?
It was Arsenal,
no.
wasn't it?
Arsenal. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I had a brain fade. End of the half term. If you haven't seen Bertie, the Arsenal fan, reading out our lineup, then you should. It's a laugh. So His Royal Highness Pickford, Zara O'Brien, King Tarky, Prince Jared, Salah Tamer, Mikalenko. Well, if he is fit, I'd have him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think balance is important. Master Ghana, Middle England Tim, Albanian powerhouse Broya, and just like you, God Njai on the left, new Maradona Charlie as the number 10, and then Big Bug Burrow in a striker. That's a fair shout. It's a fair shout. Scar went the same apart from Miko, but obviously if Miko's not there, Patson. Ghana, Njai, Alcaraz, Harrison. If McNeil won't start, I'd be surprised if he did. Great if he did, obviously if he's fit enough. And then Big Beto up front. Keegan, who's in with us tonight, says generally the same. Tarkovsky and O'Brien, Alvarez, and Beto, Jack Harrison and Decore. Yeah, so he thinks Decore is going to be in.
I was just going to jump on you then. What? You never know. Decore might be given a new contract. It's mad
Some
because
people
where people don't
why do the thing about why was it just leaked or who said it or
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
very unusual for a club to come out and say we're not giving him a new contract.
The club have come out and said we're not giving Decore.
Was it the club who said that though?
I don't know. You just said that. I'm actually not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if there was like an official statement. Everton Football Club are not going to offer Decore a contract. I don't think it's a sort of thing that a club would do.
No, I get what Paul's
I'd
is.
imagine it's his agent who's sort of put it out there.
I get what Paul's is saying, and I completely agree with you. It is written that Decore is leaving because they basically said it, but I
Yeah.
just think that we could have triggered the extension to have Decore, yeah? That extension would have been a very big wage and it would have been better. It would have been a good deal for Decore, a really big wage. I think that we don't want that deal. That deal's too big and we don't want it. So I think, personally, that we're not taking Decore up on the deal that's on the table. But I do think that there'll be another deal to be made with Decore. He will have to leave, or he will settle with something less for Everton. And I just think the way David Moyes talks about him as a squad player, I think if Decore, because you have to go and sign a player in Decore's position, of course you do, unless Armstrong comes in and does the job. But I don't know. I don't know. But it wouldn't shock me. That's all I'm saying. Is it wouldn't shock me because Decore does love Everton, like him or not. He loves Everton, and you can tell. He says he loves Everton. It wouldn't surprise me if he sacrifices a bit of a less wage to stay at Everton. Just be ready for that. It could happen. I don't know. Some won't like it, but I'm just pre-warning.
True. Nice comments as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we love you, mate. So that is all the lineups, isn't it? Or we got a few more?
No, it's not. It's not. We've got loads in tonight, so appreciate it. Where was I? Did we just have? We just had Keegan's, didn't we? Doyley was in. If Mikalenko, obviously, then back four kind of takes care of itself. He's gone Garner, Alcaraz, and Decore then in the number 10. Brozier on the right. And Jan left. Schmitty. So a bit of Schmitty love. Eltel's gone too. He's going 4-4-2.
Yeah, mine was. I was thinking. Yeah, I do like that it could rotate. So if Brozier did play right wing, I do like that you could make it a 4-4-2 at some points and just put one of your centre mids on the wing. Do you know what I mean? We don't always have to be what it looks like on paper. There can be rotation in the squad.
Sure,
and I think we've got to be like that sometimes. That's how you can be more dangerous. Gary Wilson!
Gary's in with...
Eliana will remember Gary Wilson forever. Yeah.
Well, Gary Wilson's dropping Tarks. So do you still love him now?
Well, you know what? I don't mind. Who's he put in, though? I hope he ain't put in...
Well, he's having a go at O'Brien centre-back with JB. So Mikel left, all right. JB and O'Brien, which you kind of, when Tarks eventually stops, you kind of hope would possibly be the back two. Garner Gay, Garner middle, McNeil left-hand side. Charlie then would be on the right. Skilly in the 10, and then Brozier up top. Interesting. I like it.
Nah, it's decent. I like it.
Yeah. Eltel, same as was. Alcaraz and James Garner. Oh, and Gay. All right, so that's your 3. And then, no, that's your 4. So Alcaraz, I presume, then left-hand side. Garner and Garner, middle diddle. Harrison on the right or left, whichever way he's gone. And then Beto and Brozier, another 4-4-2 jobby on there. And Eugene just says, got to play Alcaraz. I think you're right, Eugene, personally. Personally, I do think you're right. But
just from what I said, Paul, I think the fact if we are to sign him, just let him earn his stripes. I think he will as well. If you play Alcaraz and he goes and scores a brace and looks absolutely class, I think it will force us into signing him, and I think that needs to happen. I wouldn't want to not sign him. I really wouldn't. I think he's got the potential to be cracking. He's a proper footballer.
There you go. But that's what we got.
So we are at that point, people, and there's loads of people that got involved then on the lineups, and I know the lineup is a mission, but still time for more. We love you. We do love you getting involved on that. So we are at that point now where we're gonna do lineup prediction. It is a Friday night, people. It is 6 minutes past 10, and we are starting to do our lineup predictions. Right.
Who's going
We're not,
first? Me or you?
you know where I just said lineup prediction? We're not doing a lineup prediction, we're doing score
No,
prediction.
score
Yeah.
prediction.
Do you
It's
know
all right. Don't
sometimes,
feel.
Paul, like, I just want to put my
Don't.
foot down on your eye. I just want to put my foot down on your ear. Right. Not just you as well, Rob as well. Rob, if you listen to this, I know you listen to it back. Do you know me? I'm slightly blonde and blue eyes and all that. I've got the odd habit to be dopey. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see him? I've got the odd habit to be dopey. I can be dopey.
No.
Can't be good looking and be frigging brainy. Unfortunately, I'm neither. But here we go. Right. I was saying the whole of the last show when I was talking about set pieces. Get Danny Drinkwater gone.
Yeah, you were. Now
Yeah,
I let it.
I
I
was.
let it slide.
Don't do
I just.
that. Don't do that,
I
man.
well, I let it. I
Oh
let it slide, and I was waiting to see if anyone mentioned it, and I
no, this
don't
is where
think.
we needed the
Don't think
Blues.
anyone
Wherever you
did.
are, mate, I'm peed off that you're not in. Because the Blues would always, he'd love me to get something
Oh,
wrong and rip me.
it'd be
And,
bang. It'd be on you.
and
So would
I
Pablo.
always, I always get muddled up with when they used to play. I used to get muddled up with Danny Drinkwater and Charlie Adams. Always used to get muddled up with them. Both look the same, don't they? And they're both similar type of players. I always used to get muddled up with Danny Drinkwater and Charlie Adams. So I'm saying, set piece coach Danny Drinkwater is crap. He's crap. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Fuming that he's crap. Get rid of Danny Drinkwater. He's a cop-eye. By the way, Danny Drinkwater played for Leicester. But I'm like, get rid of him. Get rid of him. So I've got to crop the video, Paul, because I thought we spoke some sense about the set pieces. I've cropped the
Yeah.
video. I put the video on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I put the video up. And someone said, I agree with everything you're saying, but who's Danny Drinkwater? He goes, who's Danny Drinkwater? So I listened to it back and I realised Danny Drinkwater
Yeah.
isn't even our set piece coach. It's Charlie Adams, and I've been ranting about him loads. So I took the video down, and then I said to Chloe, I goes, why is Paul and Rob let me go on about Danny Drinkwater half the bloody show? And not correcting me. So do you know what? Next time you talk about Ashley Cole or Joe Cole, freaking left back,
I
100
did do
times,
that.
mate.
Yeah,
You did do it. Yeah, I'm not looking out for you. It happens, man. Bloody
Danny Drinkwater's a
God.
builder now. He'd still probably coach
Anyone,
set pieces better than Charlie Adam, to be honest, at
anyone
the
in
moment.
the comments, if I get stuff wrong, correct me because I need you.
Oh,
We
dear.
need you subscribers on these moments more than ever.
I've had
Charlie Adams.
a couple of things before we get to the scores. I love the fact that Sabrina Carpenter is now watching Toffee Bluecast. That's amazing. She apparently spoke to Decore beginning of the season 2 days before the deadline. Asked him, is he going to Saudi? And he said next year. So Sabrina knows what she's talking about. Love espresso.
So he could be leaving then. He's going to Saudi.
Yeah. And the other was that Lulu came in late. So she hasn't seen... Not Fat Dan, Toy Dan.
Yeah, it's like lucky I don't frigging give a crap in it because I used to be like 6-pack, like muscly. I still
Well, it's a
muscly on
shame
top.
that everyone's focusing on the size of this doll, not the
Still
actual
get a bit of a belt.
accessories or anything.
What the heck, man? You know what? I didn't want to say anything because you made it and you're probably proud of it. But the more I'm looking at it, Paul, you've literally took me to McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, and Pizza Hut straight after me. What are you doing to me?
Yeah, maybe
Oh
that's
my days.
pre-season, Dan. Maybe that's pre-season, Dan.
Do you know when you make these? Can you type in 6-pack or something? You've given
I'll
me.
yeah,
I've got
I'll
chicken
go.
legs. I ain't got chunky legs like that.
I'll go back to AI and ask for a smaller fist and thumb and slightly thinner
I
jowls.
haven't even got that. I don't think I've got that.
Emma's got high standards, though, Lulu. You know this. You know this.
Oh.
Dan's gone to check himself in the mirror.
Yeah, God, to put myself on the bloody scales, mate. After that, no, I was just looking for the black Everton top. But yeah.
Oh, that would be brilliant. That, you know what? I have seen it on some stag do's sometimes. To be fair,
Mate,
well,
next up,
I can't remember which. I can't
when I do
remember which
yours, mate, I'm
non-league
gonna
it
do
was.
you like when I do yours, I'm gonna like make him look like fat bastard from Austin
Made
Powers
me
when
look
I do
like
yours, mate. I tell you,
that. Made me look like the Moisaiah.
yeah. If you do that, if you change Moyes' hair to black, it'll look like you there, won't it?
Yeah. Get
Oh,
on chat GTP. I'll message you later. Let you know what you can type
by
in.
the way, people, I am looking to before we finish with the score predictions. I have opened Toffee Bluecast Facebook, which has 2 followers. So I will start. I think, yeah, I'm going to start putting it in the link. I think we should start a Toffee Bluecast Facebook because when I set it up properly, we can go live to Facebook as well, just to grow the Toffee Bluecast. And I am going to do a Toffee Bluecast TikTok as well. I've just done one for Family Bubble, which is doing all right. And I'm going to do a Toffee Bluecast TikTok. So Toffee Bluecast is on. It's on X, obviously. It's on YouTube. It's going to be on Facebook and TikTok, and it's already on Instagram. Now, it will take a while to build them. Obviously, on Twitter, Toffee Bluecast has got like 11,000 followers. Toffee Bluecast Facebook has got 2.
Yeah.
Instagram's only got 100. It will take a while to build Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to what Twitter is and the YouTube channel is. But we just want to do everything properly. So we're trying and we will work our hardest. And we do want to get you subscribers. We want to do some competitions and get you some rewards for supporting you like you have done. So we've got loads coming up. We're working our absolute arse off to make this channel the best it can be. We're happy with it, but we're not just going to settle with what it is, and we want to push it to the heights, the best heights it can be. We've got loads of good plans with it, so do support it. We support loads of stuff. I mean, you've got Phil still doing the challenge. We tweet all of his stuff on X. We retweet all of his barefoot walking. I know Lulu does a lot of that as well. We'll support anything we can that's good energy. So do get behind us because I'll tell you something, we'll do good things, people. Right. On that note, that's me advertising the Toffee Bluecast, which I should do more. But here we go. You know what time it's, Paul? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go first.
Go on. I appreciate that.
Because I always feel like I just go like put you first and set you up. So I'm going to go first. And I haven't thought of my score prediction. I think Nottingham Forest are a proper football club. History, doing really well. But I think we can beat them, you know. I really do. I like Everton at the minute. And I think these players that are going to get given a chance, hopefully a few new faces, will take the chances. Example, Brozier, Alcaraz. I think we can beat these 3-1. I'm not going to go stupid. I think we can beat them 3-1. Their goal scorer, I'll probably go Hudson-Odoi. I think he's a cracking player, by the way, and he's smashing goals in. So Hudson-Odoi for them. And the 3 goals for us, I'm going to go for Alcaraz because I want him to get a contract. I'm going to go for Jake O'Brien. I think he's due another probably down that right-hand side. And then I'm going to go for something crazy here. Nathan Patterson.
Random.
Nathan Patterson. Yeah, random one. Coming in on the inside on his right foot, playing left back. Nathan Patterson. So Alcaraz, Patterson. Yeah. And O'Brien. Left back, right back, and Alcaraz. 3-1. That is my score, people. What's yours, Paul? And then we'll read theirs out.
Sorry, I was put off by pauses. You can't watch tomorrow because you're going to bingo. Hardcore. Gala, maybe. Anyway, I know I'm stalling for time. I think we'll get something. I do think we'll get something. I think this is normally the time as well. Forest have got a bit of they've got only a little bit of leeway, and they've got Chelsea chasing them. They've got Newcastle chasing them. Do I think they're going to get top 4? Probably not. I wish they did. I'd really like them to, but I don't think they'll get it. And one of our game is going to be one of the ones that they'll think, oh God, if we just won that. So I don't want to say 1-1 because we've had 1-1, but I could see it being 1-1. So I'll go 2-2. I'll go 2-2 instead. And we'll come back twice, I think. For them, it'll be what's his name? Gibbs White. I think he'll probably get both. For us, Njai on a pen wouldn't surprise me. And I'd love a striker to bloody score. So whoever it is, and I said Brozier last time, so I'm going to go him again. So yeah, Njai and Brozier for our goals. 2-2.
2-2. Loads of goals. And a draw. Is that a bad score, Paul?
No, I don't think so. I think where we are and what we're doing and what they're doing and everything else, I think we could, yeah, it's not a bad score at all. So Elsal mentions that Forest is in top 3. Well, they're like that. They're questionable at the moment. So
a massive squad, though, aren't they?
It'll be interesting. Maybe some of our score predictions would have changed, in the hour leading up to kickoff. So it'd be interesting to see what actually happens. We've got a ton of.
I can see them all flooding in now. We don't miss you. We don't miss you. Score predictions, we know you love it. It's your favourite thing. That's why you're in the house, people. Yeah. We're going to put your score predictions on the screen now before we finish the show. We want to keep these shows to 40, 50 minutes, but we go over because we love you that much and we don't want to miss any of your comments. But it's been a cracking show. So what scores have they got, Paul?
Tons and tons and tons. And if you don't see yours, then post it again and let me know.
And we fight with all of them, mate, for the boys in the Royal Blue jersey. Coppites are gobshites. Just testing the new microphone. Coppites are gobshites. Every single one of them. Marching down.
Paul was in before, and he said Forest got a couple of iffy results. Could easily get a 1-1 Njai, our goal scorer. Seems reasonable.
Paul would have gone win. Sometimes Paul, he can surprise you and just go, now we'll battle him.
Scouse was in before. 2-1 us. Yes. Njai and Garner. Garner gay goal. Well, the home game that we had, he scored. Did we win that 1-0? Anyway, I think
you're dancing. What's happening?
I am, aren't I? The Matrix. There's a glitch. I'm not real. I'm AI as well.
He's going back into. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way.
Does anyone remember Max Headroom? I'll tell you what, hang on. I don't know this camera. Hang on a sec. I'm going off and then on again. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Is it going to work? He's going on a mad one then, wasn't he? Oh, is it?
It's not being very nice. Yeah, if I kick it, then maybe it'll work again. Anyway, go on. Ignore me a little bit, don't worry. LTL 2-1. Beto and Brozier. Strikers should be scoring most of your goals. Doyley said 3-0. And Jai double with O'Brien. Header probably. The most predictable one, Eugene. Shall I go off? Shall I sort of get rid of myself? Sorry, everybody. Eugene, customary 4-1. Beto hat-trick. Alcaraz the other one. You can tell Pause is going to bingo because he says head 2-1 Forest, but we didn't ask for that. His heart 6-2 Everton.
Yes, I like it.
So
he's got his bingo calling in.
Yeah,
he's got Beto.
I'm just gonna
enjoy times 2. Branthwaite, O'Brien, and Pickford penalty. We all want that Pickford penalty, of course we do.
We still want that. Pickford penalty. Scar went 2-2, Beto and Brozier. Tazul reckons another 1-1. It's reasonable to think that, to be fair. Keegan's been in tonight, been lots of fun. He goes for 4-0. Beto and Alcaraz and Jack Harrison on the score sheet and Brantwaite as well. Sabrina, thank you very much. Thinks 3-1. I don't know whether that's for us.
It's got to be for us. Just snapping it up for us straight away, Paul.
I'm going to say it's for us. I'm just going to say it's for us.
See that? Oh my God, he's in the Matrix for real. Did you take the red pill or the blue pill? Mate, if you didn't take the blue pill, you're getting it.
That's it.
Did you take the blue pill?
I'm going to have one of the guys with shades coming through the door.
And we're loving it. And we're loving it like this. Is it working? Is it working? We're loving it. We're loving it like this.
Oh, dear.
Oh, we have to try. Right. We have to try and go with it. Right, come on.
That's fine. I'm getting rid of that for a sec. There we go. That looks better anyway, doesn't it, to be honest? Emma reckons a 0-0.
Get your action figure and put it on.
Yeah, should. 0-0. Worst teams in the league for possession. I mean, it might well be. We might sort of both stand off each other, expecting us to be on the break. So, but a bit more pressure will be on them for being at home. We love Megs. Megs is a Forest fan. She's also one of the nicest people on X as well. So she's going through 2-2, and yeah. Hopefully, it's a decent game for everybody. Clarkie's in 1-0 NJ. Gary, I tell you what, Gary Wilson's will be a cracking game because he says 4-3 for us. Might be first on match of the day for once.
We did see a 4-3, didn't we? On the
we did.
Oh, well, where was the 4-3? It was on the 4-3.
Newcastle Forest.
Newcastle, yeah. There you go. Newcastle there, beating 4-3. So. He's probably thinking the same sort of thing. We can ride that show. I like it.
Yeah, and there you go. That's where we are. There might well be one or two others just on the live comments. I'm just seeing if there is. Just getting there. There's so many comments. It was so much easier when no one watched us. Thanks, Eltel. Darren must be a Forest fan. Fair play, Darren. No, you know, not saying iffy. So I mean, we're just trying to find positives because you're obviously having a cracking season. Lulu went for two defenders as well. Taki and Pato, 2-1 win. Pedro for them. It was good 80s reference. Timu camera. It's not. It's actually connected to the flaming. I'm in Studio B, so that's one of the things is VHS. Remember what VHS is, Dan?
Yeah, I do remember what it is. Yeah.
So young. Dan reckons Forest 3-1. Let's see. Paul really doesn't like Forest though. He doesn't like. I think he said he doesn't like Mansfield or Forest. Yeah, Megs is the only Forest fan. Although my brother-in-law is a Forest fan, so fair play. He's all right. Don't mind him.
Do you know what? You get fan bases. You get some dickheads. You get some sound people, in all fan bases. And fortunately, we know some Forest fans that come on the pre-match. You can't get on this time, but he's proper nice, really nice. And he said he wanted Everton to do well this season, and I said I wanted him to do well this season. So there's no beef, and you can't get beef with Nottingham Forest and Everton. Sorry,
it's not like
Newcastle have already faked a rivalry, and you're not going to do it with us. So the only beef we've got is with the Coppers. So
no. Good luck. Good luck to you, but obviously tomorrow we want to try and get some points ourselves. So tomorrow there we go. We're all good and positive, and yeah. Thanks very much, everybody.
Right, we will. Me and Paul did say we are going to keep trying doing player ratings after probably the next day. It'll probably be on Sundays sometimes. We will be doing player ratings because we did enjoy that. Just a quick 20-30 minute show if we can get player ratings in because we had good feedback for the player ratings, everybody. Have a boss night. It's Friday night. You've got your weekend coming up. Let's just hope we don't lose again. Obviously win. we've got to win. But if we don't win, just hope we don't lose, because it's nice to have a weekend where you can't moan about Everton. I just seen what you put on the screen, you plonker. You know, the worst thing is he's putting his thumb up to me as well. It's like saying, if you don't
That's what
start
you
nice,
did,
you're
though.
going to get that
You were
guy
like, that
on
was your
me.
pose in the picture.
Yeah, I did put my thumb up, but I ain't got bloody hands that size.
I like it. I think it's good. Yeah, there you go.
It does look good. The face ain't too bad, but
You're to me, the hair's close. It looks a bit more ginger than anything.
I am getting a bit of a. I am.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm going frigging running tonight. You know what I mean?
Go for run because of that.
No, I'm joking. I'm not. I don't, mate. I know I'm beautiful, outside and inside. So here we go, people. That is the end of the show. We hope you all have a really good weekend, and we'll be back to see whether you're having a good weekend tomorrow, straight after the game. We'll be here. What other show is there 5 minutes after the game? Whether we lose or win, we'll be here. So, yeah. Oh, bloody hell. Nearly knocked everything over. There we go. Hopefully we don't do that tomorrow. See you later, everyone. Have a boss one. Up the top is, I'm going to see if Paul's still alive. I'm going to try and get his camera sorted. Have a boss one.
See you later, everybody.